is called a single degree of freedom system. SDOF or SDF, or SDOF, single degree of freedom system, or SDF system. So nga naman, unsay reason nga ato siyang gihimong single degree of freedom system? Aron mas dali ma-solve ang equation of motion. Allowing only the structure to move in the single direction, it means that the solution for our equation of motion is much more attainable. Okay, sige. Pero unsay pasabot aning degree of freedom? Degree of freedom. Before we proceed in the next slide, unsay pasabot aning degree of freedom? It represents it represents the number of freedom nga naa sa structure. Unsa man ni siya? Ato ning i-relate sa ato ang statics of rigid bodies. If you remember these supports, di ba? We have the roller support, we have as well the pin support or hinge, and then we have also the fixed support. Ang freedom, ang opposite niya nga word ani, we call it restraint. When we say restraint, it doesn't allow motion. So for example, in the roller support, the roller support doesn't restrain motion laterally. Diba? That is the roller support. Sa ato pa, the roller support is free to move on the lateral direction. And as well, pwede na nimo maarsa. And then, what else? No, that's what we call the freedom. The freedom to move. For the pin support, the structure is restrained along the X and Y. Kaya naka-con na siya, naka-hinge mo na siya. Or kung i-3D na to, apil ang Z, di ba? Unsa naman ang freedom sa pin support? There is rotation. Di ba? For the pin support. In the pin support, the structure can move, no? The structure can move or can rotate. That is the freedom for the pin support. For the fixed support, there is no freedom. It cannot move laterally, cannot move up and down, or front and back. And it cannot rotate. It is restrained in all direction. So when we say single degree of freedom, this structure can move on a single direction. And in this case, the movement is lateral motion. It can move laterally. That is the single degree of freedom. Questions on this part before we proceed with the next slide? Wala ra? Okay, then let's move on. Sige. So these are example of structures that can be idealized into a single degree of freedom system. We have a water tank. No, we have just the roof and then the column, roof and columns. Okay. Let's analyze the motion of the idealized single degree of freedom system. So let me just draw it in a lump mass model. We have the mass, we have the K. So kahinumdum mo sa ato ang kuan? Diba we have a short quiz? So we have the K. Kinsa kanina si K?
Stiffness, sir.
Yes, this is the stiffness. And if you remember sa kuan, sa inyong DRB, di ba? This represents the spring constant. Spring constant. If we relate it with the force, we have what we call the spring force or the elastic force. Ano na pa man eh? Elastic force is equal to negative kx. Or in this case, you have negative ku. So the negative sign represents that it opposes motion. Opposes motion. So in direction ani is always opposite to the direction of the motion. So let's say we have a building, a SDOF system, and then we displace that system by U-naught. So ato siyang gi-deform, no? Gi-displace na to siya by U-naught. E gi-displace siya by U-naught, this structure will respond. No? There is an elastic force. The elastic force will try to return the building to its original condition. Di ba mo na itong na-istoryan, di ba, sa katong elastic rebound theory? Elastic stresses are stresses that tries to kanang iya ipabalik ang structure into its unstressed condition or object. No mo na siyang stress, elastic stress. So in relation with the elastic force, these are the force that opposes the motion, and it tries to return the object or structure into its original form or condition. So kung atong ipamove si kuan, kung atong display si building on the right with the displacement of u naught, musok natin ni siya elastic force. No, restoring force, elastic restoring force. Other niya nga tawag is restoring force. Because we have the mass and we have the stiffness. So it will try to restore the structure, and of course, let's say initially there's this displacement, and because of the elastic restoring force, mubalik siya sa iyang original condition. However, mura na siya mulahos because there is no dili man ga ang energy is wasn't released. Because of this deformation, the structure will be resisted by the elastic force, and then mubalik na siya sa ingani nga itsura, and then mo displace na po na siya to the left with the same amount. Tapos again, we have as well the elastic force, mabalik na sad siya in this condition, and mulahos na po siya to the right. Now this will happen perpetually in this structure, in this system with kung ana lang tay mass and then stiffness. This is a perpetual motion. This is the graph of the displacement, of the time versus displacement, or displacement versus time. So, in real life, this does not happen. Wala man kitag structure nga pag maglinog, hantod sa hantod, nag-vibrate ragid siya. We know that if there is vibration, eventually, the vibration will dissipate. Diba? That is in real life. So this idealized structure is lacking something na ay kulang aning structure. We have the mass, yes. We have the stiffness, okay, yes. But the energy is not dissipated, of course. That's why we introduce an energy dissipating mechanism. That is the viscous damping element, no, or si damper. Damper. Represented by a dashpot. This one. So we have now a complete functional elements of an SDOF system. We have the rigid roof with the mass. We have the massless column with the stiffness. And we have added our damper. So, kuha na siya. Dol na siya sa realistic. That when the structure is deformed, there is, of course, deformation. And eventually, through time, it will come to yes, it will stop. The deformation will stop by the addition of this damper. Take note of the symbol. Si mass SM, stiffness is K, and the C represents the damping coefficient. So since we have already a functional SDOF system, we can now create, no, we can perform or create or analyze, no, the motions, the forces that acts on the body, and this and the equation of motion. So sa many equation of motion, no? The equation of motion describes the behavior of a physical system in terms of its motion as a function of time. This is already dynamic, no? We are already describing motion as a function of time, no? The motion changes through time. There are two main descriptors of motion. We have the kinematics and the dynamics. So sa kinematics, if you remember sa inyong DRB, sa may ginakuha ninyo sa DRB, you try to measure the displacement, no, along x and along y. And then you also try to measure the velocity, the acceleration, and of course, the time. The dynamics, we now involve forces in our motion. So the equation of motion is sometimes linear, and this is being represented by an ordinary differential equation. O, di ba? Niabot na tag differential equation. We have already started our calculations in this one. So the motion of the idealized one-story structure caused by the dynamic excitation is governed by an ordinary differential equation. We call that the equation of motion. The equation of motion describes the motion of the structure. Formulation of the equation is possibly the most important phase of the entire analysis procedure and sometimes the most difficult part. Sometimes the equation will be linear and is more likely to be exactly solvable. So there are two ways to solve this ODE, no? The equation of motion. We can use the direct dynamic equilibrium approach, and then we can also the energy work or energy method or the principle of vertical work and other methods to solve the equation of motion. There are other approaches that can solve the equation of motion. But for this one, we are going to use the dynamic equilibrium approach, direct dynamic equilibrium approach. So, okay. The D'Alembert's principle will be employed in this lecture. So you can see here we have three particles. Again, di ba, in physics and engineering, we simplify the physical structure into a particle, di ba? A dot, a particle. So these three particles have forces acting on them, but naturally laing a condition. The first one we call this is a static equilibrium. So sa ganitong static, everything is in equilibrium. There is no motion. So that's why the summation of all the forces acting on them is equal to zero. So mo na nino, by the way, inyo makita diri that the force is a function of time. And then ngano naka-bold ni siya, this represents a vector quantity. This one. And then the summation of these forces is equal to zero. That is a static equilibrium. The object is not moving. The second one and the third one, the object is there's already motion. But the second one, we employ Newton's second law. Now that is that the summation of all the forces is equal to the mass times acceleration. And for the third one, we employed D'Alembert's principle. It states that the summation of all forces, no, dynamic forces, is equal to zero, including this one. This is the reverse effective force. Ito lang ikuan later. Unsa ni sila. Okay. The first one is we have the Newton's second law. So sa maging ni Newton's second law? Di ba if you remember, natay F1 of t plus F2 of t plus F3 of t is equal to the mass times acceleration. If you notice, no, the acceleration is already a function of time here. So ingon niya nga, sa second law, wala siya nag-ingon nga, the summation of forces is equal to the mass times the acceleration. Ay ang giingon ni Newton is that the rate of change of momentum of any mass m is equal to the force acting on it. Sige ba, unsa man ning kuan rate of change? What is the mathematics of change? What is the mathematics of change, Mr. Deverte?
Good morning, sir. What's the question, sir?
What is the mathematics of change?
Symbol siya, sir. May kasabot, sir.
Unsa nga math ang gadil sa change?
Kaso, sir, wala ko idea.
Yes, Mr. Fuentes.
Derivation, sir? Or
Ha? Unsa?
mag-derive, or derivation?
I'm asking, I'm not asking sa staff. I'm asking sa unsa nga mathematics. Tabanera? Mr. Tabanera?
Morning calculus, sir.
Calculus? Sure ka?
Hindi ko sure, sir, pero try lang po.
Try lang. Yes, no, when we say mathematics of change, no, we are talking about calculus. So right now, we are already dealing with calculus. No, we are applying calculus in our equation. So ingon ni Newton's second law that the rate of change, sa may nasa rate of change. No, this is we are already talking about calculus, specifically the differential calculus. So ingon niya the rate of change of momentum. What is momentum? Momentum, yung symbol is P, that is equal to the mass times velocity. Pero since we are already talking about dynamic forces, no, we can rewrite this as P of T is equal to the mass times the velocity as a function of time. Okay. This is the momentum. Ingon man niya kay rate of change daw. So we differentiate the momentum. So we differentiate the momentum with respect to the time. So nganong time man? So di ba if you remember sa kuan, di ba natay dy over dx. Ginaunsa siya pag differentiate. This is the dependent variable and then dx is the independent variable. So diri